First of all, why here? There's multiple reasons why now. I think as a group, we are a group headquartered in Germany and focused on two areas: sustainable infrastructure and clean energy. And in terms of expansion, we've been expanding across Europe. In 2019, we've expanded into Asia and the Pacific, and so this seems to be the obvious next expansion point in terms of our growth plans internationally. Now, why Abu Dhabi? It's a very attractive ecosystem. So if you look at ADGM, it's a great business-friendly environment, certainly offers English common law and various other things that make doing business very easy. So that's certainly an initial point. Secondly, in terms of geography, that's a very attractive place to be in. So certainly for us, we have businesses in Europe and in Asia, and of course being here in the middle is a great place to connect these two businesses and actually think of it as a hub between the two places. And of course looking regionally in terms of investment opportunities. And thirdly, and perhaps most importantly, is of course the sovereign wealth funds here in Abu Dhabi. People focus on the wrong things when it comes to the sovereign funds. People get bogged down about the size of these, and of course it's very important and that's extremely attractive. But I think it's more than that. I think it's the way they operate and the way they have proven and have a track record in executing their policies very clearly. They look as how the economy in the world is going to look like decades from now, and they invest in areas that matter. And these areas include energy, where we're active, include digital infrastructure, where we're active. So certainly it's more strategic than opportunistic in that respect.
I wanted to pick up on something you mentioned as well. You called the Middle East a bridge between Asia and Europe, and I think that's really interesting because we are seeing this part of the world become increasingly connected in terms of capital flows and business opportunities as well. So what is the model here? Are you going to be deploying your own capital, or are you going to be working with the sovereign wealth funds and looking to raise money in this part of the world as well?
It's certainly a two-way street. First of all, it's very early days to talk about any specific projects, but we're here not only to raise capital. Certainly raising capital for some of the projects we have in Europe is one of the priorities. I think Europe is actually in an exciting place today in terms of where it's going, and certainly people talk about the Draghi plan and various other things.
Really, said nobody ever, though.
So. Let's see. But we are active in Europe, and certainly in the areas that we are looking at, it's an exciting place to be looking at opportunities there. So going back to the question, certainly Europe is one priority for us to raise capital into. But of course, it's also looking at investment opportunities in the region. And I think that for us is extremely important.
So what's the opportunity specifically in the region? Because you're looking at sustainable infrastructure. I know you're also looking at data centers, and I think that's interesting too. Obviously, a huge amount of compute coming into the region now. OpenAI with Stargate and the massive data center that we're going to see open in the next couple of years as well as a result of this US-UAE investment corridor is certainly capturing a lot of attention. So on the data center piece specifically, where are you chasing opportunity?
I mean, look, we're not a tech firm. However, this is a good example of where technological innovation is no longer something that technology enthusiasts care about. I think we're increasingly seeing the importance of technology in other sectors. And you look at what we've done in Europe. So we have a data center development platform that is now majority owned by Bain Capital. So we're a minority shareholder in that platform. And of course, one of the reasons why we are interested in that space, because energy will play a major part in determining whether a data center development project is going to be successful or not. So certainly the way we got into this space is because we are an energy house by heart, if you like. And so we see that region as being increasingly relevant in that space. And the fact that we are a player in both spaces, we believe, gives us an advantage.